radio or driving to the punk rock show. Well, I don't wanna hear your podcast. No, I don't wanna hear your podcast. I've got nothing to do today, and you got so many things to say. Still, I don't wanna hear your podcast. No, I don't wanna hear your podcast. You're just another voice in the crowd, and you don't dare to say what's not allowed. You bought a new pop filter and a fancy microphone, so go enjoy yourself and leave me alone. Well, I don't wanna hear your podcast. I don't wanna hear your podcast. I got nothing to do today, and you got so many things to say. Still, I don't wanna hear your podcast. No, I don't wanna hear your podcast. You're just another voice in the crowd, and you don't dare to say what's not allowed. You bought a new pop filter and a fancy microphone, so go enjoy yourself and leave me alone. Go enjoy yourself and leave me alone.
It's almost late. I was just like zoning out. Forgot time existed. Hey guys.
Hello.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Welcome to Liberty Late Night.
I'm Mary.
She is.
Mm-hmm. That's Dave. I thought you would say you're...
Oh, yeah, I'm Dave.
So
Everybody
I'm like...
knows me.
I know.
I know. Yeah,
Just in case they forgot.
Okay.
I'm a little warm right now, but that's okay. I should put my hair up, but I didn't.
No. It looks
Today's
nice
episode of Mary is brought to you by this amazing lime mint sparkling water from Wegmans. And the can is pretty cool. Look at that.
It is.
It doesn't look like
it's
that in person.
No, it does. It's made out of clearness.
It's made out of clearness. Yeah. So how are you guys? How are you? Happy Friday. Last Friday in June.
And I'm brought here by Labatt Ice and not eating all day. So we're going to see how that goes.
You didn't eat anything?
No, I was busy. What the hell's on the clock? Why does it do that?
I don't know. Yeah, you were busy. Thanks. So I was busy too, but like you came home and did the stuff that I couldn't do. And I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful.
I'm amazing.
He is an amazing man. He is. Aaron, I heard what happened.
You got attacked by a dog
today. Yeah. Like I'm driving David across
exciting.
town to pick up Jane after
David
okay. got out of work. And he's like, "Did you hear Aaron got bit by a dog?" I almost swerved off the road. I was like, "What? Oh my gosh."
He had a rough day.
Oh, he had a rough day. I am so sorry. I know. Yeah, well, good that you punched him. Seriously. So he says he got attacked by a dog. It didn't bite him, but Aaron fell on his shoulder. And I said, no. And he said, yeah, the shoulder.
Oh, the shoulder. Gay.
So, so kicked him good.
Yeah.
I mean, he was
and then
going
he put his
to
face onto the curb, like open up his mouth, and then he just.
You have to defend yourself
wicked.
against a dog that's going to try to chomp down on you. That shoulder. Yeah. Oh,
Actually, Codaine, I've been
so
good.
Sorry.
I haven't drank in 3 days.
Yeah, Dave has been. No, night Dave. Hopefully won't be a thing. Yeah, Dave took some time off. He dried himself out a little bit. So.
Yeah. So this is gonna be weird.
It's gonna be weird.
It's gonna get weird.
You're gonna be drunk on like one of those.
Yeah, I got
your
2.
Tolerance.
They're big boys.
Yeah.
They're big boys. What is that? 20 ounce or 24 ounce?
Big tall boys.
Yeah.
They're thick too. Yeah, they're not thin. They're thick, tall boys. So, Aaron, I'm really sorry. I'm praying for you. Yeah, my goodness. I mean, I prayed for you going out there in the heat and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I didn't.
It's already bad enough.
I didn't include don't let him get attacked by a dog.
That dog was following the meme where he's like, I know this guy's fighting battles,
Mm-hmm.
so let's attack him on another front.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. And in all that heat, he's
An
out in that
asshole
heat,
dog. Yeah.
I'm just so sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's that.
Make pain your
Don't
friend.
be a fed.
That's what Carl says. Make pain your friend, and then you always have a friend, right?
Gotta scrape out all the joy you can.
Oh, goodness. So we'll do our hellos here in just a second, but I want to say thanks, Libertarian Giggles, and thanks, Jamie Lynn, for the subscriptions. We saw those pop up in the very beginning there. I want to make sure I give you a shout out. Thank you for that.
Let me make sure. Yeah, you got everybody.
Yeah, Aaron, maybe if you weren't dressed like a mailman.
Oh, you missed the hype train. Oh, well. Maybe next time.
That's all right. That's okay.
Thanks for
It doesn't always have to be a hype train. Who's making that tapping noise?
Oh,
it's Jane.
Did you see it?
Oh.
Simon decided to throw up on the bottom of our green screen over here.
A hairball into the bottom of the green screen.
Yeah, because it's kind of puddled at the bottom to cover everything, and he's like, "This looks like a nice place to vomit.
This looks like the perfect spot to."
not any of this, just bare concrete.
Right. None of that. Yeah.
On the thing I bought. Oh well.
Explaining to replace the oxygen he is stealing from the rest of us. Oh my gosh, Carl. Someone unbeknownst to me left a bunch of houseplants in the dispatcher's office with a note explaining to replace the oxygen he is stealing from the rest
That's hilarious.
of us. Oh my
Wait, do I still have that button?
I should tell that to my dad. He would find that so funny. Like those little things like that kind of like joke, like he would just think that's the freaking best. That's some good shit right there is what he'd say. Yeah. I also sprayed him, but I had to physically fight him off when I was on the ground. Bad sidewalks are a price I pay for walking in. Oh, dude. I'm so sorry. I am just, and what a scary situation though. I mean, I would have been. Oh.
That didn't go across. Why didn't that go across? Where does it come from? Oh, because I put everything on B2. That's why.
So you guys didn't hear that? Okay. I'm all here like.
Yeah.
No hairball splashback on the fabric.
Someone unbeknownst to me left a bunch of houseplants in the dispatcher's office with a note explaining to replace the oxygen he is stealing from the rest of us.
That's awesome.
Hey, thanks for subscribing.
Thank you. Hey, Lunatic Libertarian, thanks for the subscription. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. And so Carl doesn't have any carpets in the house because tired of cleaning up that. Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Do you want to say our hellos?
Yeah,
do we have a set time for David?
We got 5 minutes. We're fine. We got to do movies and stuff.
We still have to do the wheel.
Oh, with Francis and Catherine.
We'll just say
in
hi
the
to
living room,
everybody.
say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello,
Just
everybody.
in the living room. You should say it. Hello, everybody.
Hell if I know, too much adrenaline. Right. Yeah, you're not paying attention to like all of these details, like I'm just trying to not get bit by this big ass dog, or even a little dog because, dog bites are dog bites and that'll hurt and you don't want to have
But a little dog, you can punt that thing.
I see. Yeah, you could.
That'd be kind of fun. I kind of want a little dog to attack me.
If they get a hold, no.
I mean,
to bite you?
Well,
No,
I mean, to just
try
let her rip.
No,
Okay,
no,
you ready?
he wasn't little.
I'm at the top.
I believe you. Okay. Oh yes. Facebook is tripping. Uh-oh. Facebook's tripping.
Yeah, it's just Facebook.
What is happening?
We're at the top.
Oh, we are at the top.
Okay.
Ah, yes. Aaron's here.
You done messed up, Aaron!
No, that dog done messed up, Aaron, right? Josh is here. What's up, Josh?
Hello, Joshua.
Jamie Lynn's in the house.
Jamie!
I hope you're getting some summer up there in Wisconsin, you know?
I think everybody's getting some summer.
I think everybody is too. Yeah, you're right. Shaney's here. What's up, David?
Oh, yeah, there it is.
David. We love David.
Keith is here. He's not late. He was on time.
You're
Hi,
late, Keith. Which doesn't surprise me because you're a bad person.
A big hello to you, Keith, and
Oh, is
to
that,
Ellie also.
is that Tom Queter? Is he the lunatic libertarian?
Is it? It could be. It could be. Carl's here. Good evening, Carl.
I know you've done something.
It's Midge. Yes, from D&D. Okay, just want to make sure that I'm not missing out on anybody here. Okay, I'm good. I think I'm good. All right.
Let me find a button.
And do a button for
libertarian
or lunatic libertarian.
Oh, there you go.
Anything to spread libertarianism to the kids.
There we go. All right. All right. Well, thank you, Keith. Tell her that we love her and give her a big hug for me, please. We're going to do our movie wheel spinning.
What is that?
Correct?
This button's gray.
I am untethered and my rage knows no bounds!
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know what that button did.
That's one of my favorites. That's one of my favorite lines from that show. I mean, there's a lot of different ones, but that is a really, really good one. So, okay. Oh, Justin's the lunatic? Oh, okay. Let's see. Even animal controls are pulled out of spray. Oh, and the dog knows him.
Oh, 2 minutes. So every Sunday night we watch a movie on our super secret movie channel at 9 p.m. Eastern on Saturday or Sunday, and anybody who shows up like regularly gets to put movies onto the wheel. So we're gonna go to the wheel and see what we're watching this weekend. Sunny in Alabama sucks.
Yeah, I bet. Oh my goodness.
Wisconsin.
So Jamie likes the heat.
I don't
the
like
mugginess.
I pine for the snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aaron.
Oh, what was the 3-hour
It
plus
was
movie?
a time suck that we listened to about like all these Indians getting murdered, but it's a fucking Scorsese film, so obviously it's going to be 3 hours because this guy just cannot.
We could do that some nights, you know. Hey, live from Middle Earth.
Wow.
Thank you very much for subscribing.
Live from Middle Earth.
Oh, that's the title of the movie, Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yes,
All right.
yes. It's a crazy story, and I'm sure he says it
have-
moves along pretty quick. We'd have to like split it into 2 nights, maybe. Maybe we'll think
Unless
about
we
it.
have like a night, like the day off the next day.
Yeah,
I've
but
been getting up a
everybody
day
else
to drive
gets
him to
keep
work.
that-
I'm like,
yeah, Mary's been getting up. We're a 1-car family. We've had so much going on. Maybe we'll talk about it later, but it's been crazy.
Carl says he has Monday off because the dispatcher is mad at me for some reason. Are you the one who put the plants in there, Carl?
I think he said he did. Okay, I'm going to spin the wheel, see what we're watching this Sunday. If you want to know where to watch the movie, you have to be in our LLN community in Facebook or on our Discord. Oh, we're watching basketball.
Oh, basketball.
From the makers of South Park. Ready for some nonsense.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
7 days off, Jamie. That's nice.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
I haven't seen it in a long time either.
All right, it's time. So let's get back to the
basketball Sunday night, Super Secret Movie Channel. I keep looking over there and seeing myself. I'm like, whoa.
real big fish.
So yeah, that's.
Remind me to take that off later.
Okay.
Oh, I should start this thing. So if
You
yeah, because he's probably
should.
been clicking on it.
Probably.
Wait.
And then.
Oh yeah,
Killers
leave
in
and
the
join.
theater and. Oh, and you hate the movie theater, but you did go, huh? That's great. That is. We'll have to check it out. I told my dad that we watched RoboCop last week, and he was like, "Let the lady go."
Everybody's
immediately
all about the shoot him in the dick scene.
Yeah. Oh, I couldn't even listen to it because
I forgot about it.
I didn't.
I was playing Auto Mechanic Simulator.
I was talking to my dad. He didn't listen to it either, which is better for that. And my mom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's like.
That's no good.
The
Well, they
TV at
love
the
that
rehab
stuff.
place, so.
I have a friend who's like the other way
Hello,
around.
Steph and the kiddos. Hello. Well, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
This guy at work, he's like a Trump guy, so we'll be doing a setup or something, and that's when I'm like interacting with him, and I'm like, so the libertarians really set up Trump, huh? And he'll just go off for like 15 minutes while I'm trying to operate the crane, and he's like getting red and stuff, and I'm like, I think this is good for your heart, get your heart rate up. It's almost like jogging for him,
Oh wow, yeah. Well, good. Then he's getting his exercise, right?
Because I don't care. I
Yeah.
just think it's funny.
I can't even watch it. It just, yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense, Aaron. Yeah, y'all should be watching that just for history purposes. Okay, so we're connecting to David Lent right now.
I was expecting more clips from the debate so that I wouldn't have to watch it, but all I'm getting is memes, which is fun. Okay, so first of all, Trump called him Brandon. I've gotten from memes and people, which is hilarious.
Wow.
They cut off at the end so that you didn't get to watch Jill like walk him off the stage.
Oh yeah.
Oh, did I not admit him?
Even my mom was like, she didn't watch it though, but she's like, he just looks so old, and she likes the guy,
That's why I love the ones where it's like, can we find anybody a little bit older, somebody with a little more experience? I'm gonna wait for your audio to come in.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, I think
Lola says that your hair is pretty, Dave. I'm just joking. I think she's talking about my hair.
I've worked on it.
I know, and it does look very nice.
I took a shower.
Yeah. Oh, very
spent
good.
some time prettying myself up. All right, I don't know what this is going to look like when I bring you up, but that's how we do.
Yeah, you know how we roll. Yeah.
All right,
David's been here before. He knows how we roll.
It's been a while. We've upgraded.
Yeah.
Where's all my buttons at? Oh, here we go.
There we go.
I want to make sure he gets this.
I just wait because I don't push any of the buttons, so
yeah, there we go.
Smile. Oh, we got music. Yay!
Hey, that ain't bad.
All right!
I use just a little bit of copyrighted music.
A little bit of copyrighted
More
music.
Davids.
Just
more
a
Dave.
smidge. Yeah.
There we go.
We need to have at least 3 around at all times.
So this is our Facebook friend David Lent.
Yes.
From way back when we were all hanging out in the Liberty Memes community groups and stuff like that.
It's been like 6 years, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
at least.
At least.
And you've had a lot going on in your life.
The last time I was on was we had just moved back to New York.
Yes.
And just to be around our children. And it was several months before finding out some devastating news. That my wife had contracted cancer.
I can imagine.
Unfortunately, by the time they found it, it was already stage 4.
That's like my nightmare for me.
That is. It is. It was. She was given 2 years, and she went 2.5.
Wow.
It's been today is the 1-year anniversary of her passing.
Wow.
Oh.
And it hasn't been easy.
No, I can't even imagine.
And so I real quick, I just want to, in case anybody didn't see the promo, that's why you wanted to come here, was talk about her life and legacy, because you were kind of quiet about it as it was happening. But then you messaged us when things kind of settled down for you, I guess, and said that you wanted to come on and talk about her.
Yeah, indeed I do. Last I was on, she was never someone who sought limelight. She didn't seek fame or recognition. She was very humble in that. And the reason why is she had every right to probably put herself out there.
Yeah.
She was the only daughter of world-renowned psychiatrist Edward F. Edinger. If you're into psychiatry, or if you've studied psychiatry, He is referred to as the American Union,
That's up
the one
quick.
who he taught about Jung and his philosophy of psychiatry. He was the resource for Jung. He also
Carl.
treated many.
Carl Jung. Wow. Oh,
Carl
neat.
Jung. Had met him several times, and was a colleague of Carl Jung. The history of her family, her grandparents had migrated from Ireland, and her grandfather back in the mid to late 1800s had bought mines, which mining was a huge thing then, and several of hers hit. So they were pretty much a very wealthy family. But Edward, her father, wrote many, many books, taught courses. He established the Jung Institute in Sacramento. It's still there, and his remains are interred there as well. I hope to one day take some of hers there.
Yeah.
And let her a portion of her rest with him.
Mm-hmm.
She herself was a psychologist. She followed her father's footsteps. So much so that when she was younger and he was writing his books, she was the one taking the dictation for him.
Wow.
So she would stop and ask questions during his dictation and become educated in it, and then further her studies at UB. Her focus was pediatric psychology.
Okay.
She stopped that. Not because she wasn't able or she wasn't gifted or good. She was very, very good at psychology. What stopped her was her enormous heart.
Mm.
The stories the kids came in with, the pain, it wrecked her.
Yep.
And to the point where she just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
She couldn't tolerate hearing the stories of abuse and suffering that these children were facing. And during our years together, it's funny how we met. I was running at the time from a very abusive marriage. I had been abused for years, and I was under death threats.
Wow.
At the time. And so I had to leave. So I left, and at the time I was in my car, staying in ratty little hotel rooms, wherever I could stay and feel safe at the time.
Yeah.
And for some reason, her only explanation was she thought I was really hot. That was which made me laugh because that's the first person who ever says such an outlandish thing to me.
That should have been a red flag,
so
right?
it was, but I was in no position to run more. You know what I mean? So she just really got into me and wanted to know more. And as we spoke and talked, and we spent long courting, 5 to 7 years of dating and being together before we finally married. And I remember the day we got married, we were both from our smiles.
Yeah.
Elated, full of joy. There was no doubt in us at all. I called my uptown girl because here I was just
slumming
it. Pretty much with me around, brother. It's like I was a network administrator. Yeah, I did white collar jobs, but my childhood was mostly brought up in restaurants and having to burn myself on grills and dishwashing and hot water and parents that were at work all the time. And I have 5 sisters, 3 brothers, and all of them like to beat me up until I got big enough to stop it.
Right.
And then at that point, whatever. I had chosen to get out of restaurants. I got into music, which I still enjoy quite a bit. She thought I had one of the best voices she had ever heard. She just fell in love with me for everything that I was, not the things that not things that, when you're trying to attract somebody, you kind of blow things out of proportion, or
They meet your representative. They don't really meet you yet.
Yeah, exactly. But at that time, I didn't play that game. I was in the mindset when we met. This is who I am. I don't care. I'm done trying to be something I'm not, someone I'm not. You're either gonna like who I am or you're not. And she was the same way. And I didn't know a lot about her at first, but I did over the years, of course. Found out that her mother was a research scientist for cancer.
Wow.
And her mother herself had gotten cancer and passed from it. It's something about her that I haven't been able to let go of. And it's not, just to say she was my soulmate, the love of my life, my best friend, that's putting it lightly.
Yeah.
She was an individual that she had name behind her. She had some name power. She had money her whole life. She had every advantage you could think of. However, even with all of that, she was very down to earth, very humble, very real. And I believe that was her father, her dad. You find out that a lot of people get into psychiatry because they see something wrong with themselves.
Oh.
She herself struggled with bipolar, clinical depression, and the journey she was on, and I watched her take. I am considering myself very fortunate to witness it. I witnessed a woman who was very depressed, even though she was surrounded by money and love. She hated this world and the evil and the pain that people faced. She was an empath of the highest order. She would see someone hurting and just be compelled to help them, to be there for them, to do whatever she could for them, while at the same time just loathing her own existence. And to watch how by the end she went from agnostic, someone who believed that there was a higher consciousness, a higher being. She referred to it at that point as the universe. So at the end, when she wasn't able to speak anymore, and all she could communicate with was her eyes, there is a permanent piece of, like a smile of peace on her face the final few weeks. And she wasn't able to articulate or speak. In fact, the very day before she passed, I had gotten home from dialysis, which in and of itself is a lot of fun. I'll tell you that much. It's great.
Oh my gosh.
She couldn't talk. But when I walked over to her and her face just lit up, she just glowed. And I could see in her eyes and just look at her and say, honey, I know. I love you too. And to have that look back to me from that point of, oh, good, you understand. And to hold her hand the whole night as she slowly slipped out of this world. To be there for every second of her precious life. is something I'll never forget. There was something about her that had changed in the final weeks, and I couldn't figure out what it was. I know we had discussed God and faith many times. And at one point, I'd probably say 10 years, 9 to 10 years prior to all of this, she and I were having a discussion on it, and I was in deep prayer. And yeah, I don't know if you're familiar with this, with God talking to you. Some people have the internal dialogue, some people don't. I do. I heard God's voice come through my internal dialogue and say, tell her to watch you, which kind of freaked me out because I'm like, what do you mean tell her to watch me? I am not, I am nowhere near where I'm supposed to be, Lord. You know this. And he said, it doesn't matter, tell her. So I did. I told her, I said, God, for some reason, is telling me to tell you to watch me. And I didn't know it at that point. But a couple months after that is when a doctor messed up, shut my kidneys down the first time, using a contrast dye that didn't work well with the medication I was on and resulted in a complete renal shutoff.
Wow.
She was with me through that 2-month period where I died and spent weeks in ICU and a month in the medical units.
Wow. I didn't know any
Came out of that. Yeah. I came out of that one with some kidney scarring, some damage, but I was okay. Couple months after that is when I started getting a severe pain in my right shoulder. That turned, usually you think you slept wrong, like it'll work itself out, but after 9 months it hadn't. And after 9 months of MRIs, CAT scans, and seeing doctors and orthopedics, none of them there could figure out what was wrong. At which point I threw my hands up. I give up. I'm done. I'm not dealing with any of you any longer. I started heading down here to Tampa. I knew if anywhere, Tampa General would find it. On the way here, I stopped at my sister's in South Carolina. She was at that time an administrator for the Medical University of South Carolina. And when she saw me, she made me get in her car. She's like, get in the car. I'm taking you to the ER. And I'm like, no, I got to get the Tampa. She's like, no. I'm taking you now. 3 minutes in an MRI there, they had found that I had bone spurs growing into my spinal cord itself.
Wow.
And the neurologist at that point stated he was surprised I was even alive. Due to the grouping and the locations, it should have shut my heart off. It should have stopped my breathing.
Holy crap.
There was dozens of things that it should have just killed me, let alone me driving from New York that far to drive that far that long. So I was there for a couple weeks, and I woke up from that surgery to the most excruciating pain I had ever felt. When they released the pressure on my medial nerve, if you're not familiar with the median nerve, it's the nerve that comes down through your arm and goes all the way up through here into your hand. It's your main nerve on your arm. But it's also the one that, if you're familiar with Christ and the crucifixion, where the nail went through it. I lasted about 15 minutes with that pain before they didn't want to give me steroids due to, at that time, I had severe diabetes. I was on insulin.
Yeah, I remember that.
Having to inject myself, if you remember all that, that fun I was having. So a couple weeks of that, and just to find out it's permanent damage. It's never going to heal.
Oh, wow.
My spine through my neck has atrophied. I'm lucky to walk. I had to relearn to walk, relearn how to use, how to hold a cup, how to use fork, knives, everything. Retrain myself to speak and sing effectively. But overall, as a musician, I was done. And I haven't been able to pick up an instrument or do anything since. And it wasn't long after that for some reason she married me.
Oh.
During all of that, it was there. The question was there on whether she would stay.
Oh yeah.
Because
that's a lot.
What was happening?
Yeah.
It was a whole lot. She didn't know if she could be strong enough, but I don't know what convinced her. I'm telling you, it had to be God that spoke to her heart and told her, "This is where I want you." Because at the end of it all, we had decided and chosen and believed that we were put together by God Himself, that this was ordained by Him, that we never would have found each other otherwise.
Yeah.
I mean, really, here's a woman that has so much, and she sees this dude who's falling apart and just goes, "I'm gonna love you." I mean, I'm not like a pound puppy. Even though it kind of felt that way after a while, but no, it was real love.
Yeah.
The realest of loves. That's selfless. I love you more than myself kind of love. And we had it for each other. And what I've learned the past year since she's left, I was able to read some of her diary and some of the things that she had written down through it all. In the last entry, circling back, the last entry was her coming to the realization and the acceptance of Christ as her Savior.
Oh my gosh.
And the timing of me finding it was several months after she had passed, and I was wrecked, thinking that maybe she didn't. You know, maybe I had been thinking that she had in my head, and I was just fooling myself. And to read that brought us such a sense of relief to my spirit. And then I combine it with that look on her face in those final few days. It's a kind of smile that's not the normal smile.
Yeah.
It wasn't that kind of a smile. It was like, I don't know how to describe it. It was just such a smile of peace and acceptance and being okay. Even though I was falling apart. And I still do.
Yeah.
Because I miss her every day. She was my greatest love. My closest friend. The only person in my life I could tell anything to. And she loved me still. And she would accept it. And she would put her arm around me and tell me it's okay and that she loved me, no matter what it was. No matter how bad I messed up. Didn't matter. To have that kind of unconditional love present in front of you is one, indescribable, but two, irreplaceable. It is priceless. There is nothing Nothing in this world I wouldn't give for her or for the love we shared. We loved our kids to the point where it hurt us a lot, financially, emotionally. It hurt us a lot. But you love your children.
Yeah.
And we as parents, we say, well, that's what a parent does, and it's not. There are many people who are parents, but they won't give $1 to their needy child. They won't give them a hug.
Mm-hmm.
They won't put the arm around them and tell them, it's okay, you mess up, it's all right, get back up, we'll get you going. They don't do that. She was so special to have the ability to have anyone she wanted. She was smart, beautiful, educated. She was not a rash person. She would think things through. And she had love, that true agape love, that godly love for people. And they were complete strangers. Like all the stuff we were all involved in, giving to charities and to people in need. She was the source of it for us. And even for things that nobody knew about, she would see and say, honey, we've got to do this for that person. Or here, take this over to next door, or take this over there. Or she would do it. And she was a person that would give and give and give and love without condition. An individual that was truly special to this world, where I had always had a reservation of myself, where there was a line that I wouldn't go past. She helped me understand that the line is self-imposed and not there, that I don't need to have that line, that where I think there's a line, it's in my head, it's not there, that I can give above and beyond, and I can do above and beyond. It's okay to love above and beyond what you feel safe in doing. That yes, people are going to hurt you. It comes with the territory. And no, you cannot control that.
Yeah.
But she taught me that what I could control, what I had absolute control over, was how much love I was willing to give. She took me from a place of just being beaten down and abused to where I hated myself. I was suicidal. I didn't want to live anymore. I was close to eating a muzzle or wrapping a car around a tree or just going somewhere, just ending it. I was so very close. And she changed all that for me. She came in and showed me it was okay. I could do it. I was strong enough. I could make it. That if I only learned to walk out of the fire and bring water back, I would heal myself and in the process heal others.
Mm-hmm.
But she didn't do it with words. She always did it with action. She always showed. And it's that showing that is so rare and so special. We have so many people in the world that we see, even last night, they talk a good game. They'll go back and forth at each other. Well, I can do this. Yeah, well, I can do that. But at the end of the day, there are those, and then there's her, the ones who actually do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been having a really rough time this past year. As a few months before she passed, I had a major heart attack. I almost died. I had over 90% blockage in my heart, what they called the widowmaker.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And she was the first one to look at me and say, God's with you. because I should have died from that. But instead, all I did was throw up.
Oh.
And I had the major heart attack days before I even went into the hospital.
Oh, wow.
And I remember I was sitting on the couch when it happened. I actually remember when I had it. And all I did from that point until I went to the hospital was throw up. As a result of the heart attack, they had to do what's called an angio. And that is where they went through an artery in my arm, my hand, into my heart to undo the blockage. Unfortunately, they had to use contrast dye so they could see where the blockage was.
Yeah.
To be able to unblock it. Well, that was enough to shut my kidneys down permanently, apparently.
Oh my gosh.
And that put me on dialysis at that point, which I've been on since. I thank God because I did have a chest catheter here. That was removed several months ago, and I had a surgery where a fistula was put in, and that's where they bring an artery and tie it into a vein, like a nice little loop in your arm or in your shoulder sometimes in the leg. And they put 2 needles in, one that pulls the blood out to the machine and the other needle that brings it back. I do that for 4 hours, 3 times a week.
Oh, wow.
The worst part is the needles. That's the worst part. They're 15, 16 gauge needles. If you're not familiar with it, if you look at a number 2 pencil, they're the size of the lead inside the pencil.
Yeah.
They're pretty big, and it hurts. Oh yeah, it's a slight pinch.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna feel a little prick.
Yeah.
And I was like, if a pinch is a sledgehammer, then fine. But this is not a pinch.
Yeah.
It hurts, but after that's over with, the rest of the time goes by pretty quick. I'll watch stuff on my phone and just relax. Unfortunately, I don't have the energy like I used to. I am better a year later than I was a year ago, but a lot lonelier. This is the most social interaction I have had in months.
I'm glad we could be here.
My day is usually just, I'm so happy to see you two. And that's something that the past year has taught me as well. I have spent a lot of time in prayer and seeking God's will. And I was even doing that before the heart attack and before everything. And I know not a lot of people, not everybody believes in God. Not everybody follows Christ or things like that. I do. I believe he is with us. I believe he's around us all the time, talks to us if we listen. I was searching for what to do with my life, where to go. My whole life, he was giving me the prayer in the garden. And I know it's my whole life because when I was 4 years old, the only thing I wanted for Christmas at 4 years old, and I still have it, it's a painting of Christ praying in the Garden of Gethsemane.
Oh, wow.
And there's something about that prayer in my life that was always important. And it's one of unity. It's one of there are no denominations. There is no separation. That we are to be unified. We are to be one together. And it's a whole lesson unto itself. But that's the one he has given me, and he's led me to a body of believers where I feel I can be effective and help. And that's what's important.
Good.
That I'm able to serve his people and him like I've always was supposed to. instead of choosing myself like I had.
Yeah, you got to get outside
And
yourself.
this was one thing. Well, it was one thing that Claire realized she had put the final piece of that puzzle into me from God, which made her believe in God in the first place. I was missing a piece. That's why I always call her my missing puzzle piece. I was always missing something. And I couldn't figure out what it was. There was something that just blocked it all from coming together. And it was her and her understanding of psychology that did it. The way she taught me psychology and how to look at people and how to read people, it became a game with us. Most people will people watch, we people diagnosed.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
That would be fun.
We would go, oh yeah. We'd go to a
terrified now.
park and sit on the bench and just watch. And just watch people go, they're codependent.
Oh
stuff like that.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it was brutal. I got so bad to where she would sit there, put her hand on me, and go, honey, stop it. Stop it.
Oh
She'd
my
be
God.
laughing because I'm just, us Daves, man, we got on a roll. We're going.
Yeah.
That's how we do.
This is fun.
So it's fun. So we used to just people diagnose. And it was through all of that that I realized that the whole thing about Christianity, the whole point of it, and it's something that's not taught as well as it should be, and it's not focused on correctly because it's a difficult thing to teach and to get across to people. We use terms such as denial of self and to pick up our cross and follow him and to crucify our flesh and to deny ourself, when the whole thing is you have to eliminate ego and self. Your whole person is created on the core of the id, the self, the ego. And what we would discuss and what she helped me realize was the id, the unexplainable part that's you, that's uniquely you,
Yeah.
must stay. That's usable to God. But it's the ego and the self that we must learn to deny completely as Christians to be effective for him. Because in doing so, by denying self and ego, we are essentially crucifying it onto the cross and killing it. Why? Because we're no longer concerned with us. We are now looking at everyone around us and looking at them, seeing their pain and wanting to help them and ease their troubles, to serve and to help. And once all of that started to click within me, it opened my eyes to it all, to where I obtained a very, very deeper understanding of the theology I already had and held, as well as the biblical study and biblical understandings that I already held. It was just a brand new light being placed on it that opened my eyes to new possibilities.
Yeah.
And I say that because none of it, none of my personal growth, none of my spiritual growth, none of who I am now would be possible without her. She made it possible for me to outgrow the thing I was, to rise above the creature I had been, the self-absorbed, selfish, only caring about number one, only caring about me and my needs. And I would have never got past that if not for her. And it helped open my eyes to others, to be able to identify when they're being controlled by their self or by their ego. And in understanding that, understand how to come to them and speak to them, and maybe how to get across to them and and expose them to a gospel in a way that they have never seen. And all of it is because of her and because she loved me. And that's the power of just loving one person can do. Just love someone. Like you two, you love each other very much.
We do.
I know. I know you tell him to all the time. And I know Dave loves you. And when you have that kind of love, that closeness, that bond to where you're spending every moment together, and you can't imagine a day without them, let alone a year. You learn to treasure everyone around you. Like I treasure you two tonight. Thank you. Just this little bit of time to talk, I have not been able to just talk about her and I and the life we shared with anyone. Because everyone, they want to interject themselves and their lives. And I know a lot of it is trying to relate, to show that they're empathetic and understand what I'm talking about.
Can't empathize. Can't go there.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just, you just need to talk about it, to just get it out. And I've been alone for a year now, essentially. No one to talk to about it. And you can tell if I start talking to some people, they get uncomfortable.
Mhm.
And you can see it. They're uncomfortable with it. Because like you said, they don't want to think about it. And I didn't either. I didn't either. And it's not something I would want for anyone. Yeah, it's horrible. It's painful every day waking up without them, going to bed without them, wanting to pick up the phone and tell them about something that just happened, and you know they're not going to be there. Or when you walk in the door, even on down to just the smell on the pillow. Sound of their voice, the way they hug you. You don't think about it in day-to-day life. I didn't, except at the end. And by then it's a little too late, really. I mean, yeah, I had a few months of really searing it into my memory and to have something to lean back on and at times and think about it and close my eyes and remember how it felt when she would hold me, when I would be upset and she would just wrap her arms around me or cry with me or tell me it's okay, that we would get through it, that we would fight it together like we always did. It doesn't hit you until they're not there anymore. And it's just you. And the kids as well, they're handling it their way. I don't hear much from many of them. Of course, they're all grown now. They're adults. They have their own lives. They have to deal with things their way. And I respect that. It's okay. I know one day they may want to discuss things, and I just make sure I'm available for that. But it never, at least a year out, I can say it has not gotten any easier. Not even the slightest. It still feels like yesterday. I still see me coming home from dialysis that day like it was yesterday. Looking into her eyes and seeing it like it was yesterday. And one thing I will say to everybody, all of the stuff that you think you'll regret, all of the things that you'll sit back and think, oh, I wish I had told them this or that, they know. She knew it. She knew how I felt about her. There was no hiding it. She knew it. Just like how I know how she felt towards me.
Mm-hmm.
I knew she supported me 100% in everything, because she did. No matter what crazy little thing I thought of, she was always my biggest cheerleader. When I was 40 years old and signed to a label and was doing another album, she was right there in the studio cheering me on through it. All the stuff you think that you wish you had more time with them to do. And yeah, it's just to spend time with them, but you can't tell them anything they don't already know.
Mm-hmm.
You know your spouse loves you or not. You know if they think you're their soulmate and you're their other half, because she was mine. And we would tell each other that every day anyway.
Yeah, you don't have to say that.
Yeah.
So she knew, and I would tell her, you're my baby doll. You're my puzzle piece. You're everything I always needed and more. And she would always look at me, do the same little head tilt, smiling, oh, little thing like that, give me a hug. And in that, she was saying, samesies, same thing. And to her, I was her weeble wobble. And I got that after all the stuff I had been through. She called me her weeble wobble because no matter how many times I got knocked down, I always popped right back up.
That's great.
And those are the things you hold on to that make you smile when things get rough.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you should hold on to, because you don't think about the negative. Yeah, do we have problems and troubles and issues? Yeah, everybody does. Every couple does. Did we have arguments? Yeah. But not one of those arguments come back to my mind. Not one disagreement. Nothing negative. And I have sat and tried to think of it. There was nothing. There's nothing. We did have that much love together for each other in our life. We did have that kind of harmony and peace in our home all the time. So it was a marriage and a time of love that I will cherish, that I wish for everyone here. I wish that for you. I want you to have the kind of love that we had. I don't want it to end like ours did. No. No. Because ours still hasn't ended. Still lives on in me.
Yeah.
It lives on in the stories of our children about us.
Mm-hmm.
From our friends when they talk about us. The laughter, the smile, and the love that we shared. It lives on. And that's the love that lives forever. And if anything, take that from all of this. I wish you love. Great, powerful, ceaseless, never-ending love for each other.
Mm-hmm.
and also for our Father above. May He bless you all with this kind of love that my wife and I have. Because I know I cherish it every day. Each and every day. My tears are not sadness. It's just the love. The love I can't share with her right now. So again, thank you two very much.
No problem. The Fleegers stopped
I love you
in.
both. Thank you.
Fleegers stopped in to
We
send their
love
love.
you. Yeah. Athena and Kevin are here. They say they love you so much.
I love them. They are wonderful people.
I'm so it's like humbling and an honor that you would come on and share any of this here. So thanks. And I'm really sorry about the
She really loved watching y'all on Friday. And then the laughter we all have and the chat and
and
the silliness that we all would.
So much fun. So much fun.
So and that's what she admired most. She loved that we all as a community could get together and just joke around and laugh, and nobody got hurt, nobody got upset with each other. We just laughed at each other and enjoyed each other's company.
Yeah. Yep.
And she loved it too. She loved it.
I'm so glad.
So I had to share that with all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The chat got real quiet, which was understandable. And Carl just
everyone was just listening and like
Carl asked, well, how old are you right now? Or if you don't mind answering or whatever.
I'm 51. Okay. I just turned 51.
That's that
Oh,
ain't old.
So
That's
young.
right around the corner for me.
Yeah.
Carl's our resident. I can't think of it.
My wife was.
He's our wise man.
A wise man.
She was. Claire would have been 65.
Oh, she was robbing the cradle.
So young.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she was. That was the one thing between us. I'd tell her I'm your cubby.
Oh.
And I would. I'd do the Wayne's word like. Meow.
Oh my gosh.
That's okay. Lyle doesn't know he just dropped into the deepest show ever.
Right.
Oh yeah, she would just giggle. She loved that. She was like, admittedly, she's like, I'm older than your sisters, and I'm like, look, you don't have to make this weird, all right?
Yeah, right. Don't bring my sisters.
Don't bring. We don't have to talk about sisters.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
you just went from yay to ew.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have sisters younger than her, and that was funny.
So my mom was a little bit.
Still
is older than my dad.
Still,
I mean, yeah, but
she's aged slower.
At the time it seemed so big, but now they're both in their 70s, and it's just like, but at the time it was just like, oh my gosh, Joni, you're robbing the cradle. So this is some.
Oh,
this is
it was funny
water.
when we met. When we met, she told me she was 52, and she was 52 when we met. I was 38.
Wow. Yeah.
And she told me she was only 42.
Oh. I'm sure she didn't have to.
And
do
I
that.
remember we had been dating for a couple months. Oh, it was funny. After a couple months, I looked at her and I went, "How old are you really?" She goes, "I'm 42." And I'm like, "No."
Ooh.
I'm like, "How old are you really?" Because
that's
your
a spicy
eyes are
question.
telling me no.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go with the wisdom.
Her face and her figure. I mean, she did. Oh my Lord in heaven. Oh, she had her beauty and her figure would rival that of a 25-year-old. Her
Yeah.
she was amazing, but it was her eyes, the soft tissue around the eyes
Oh, okay.
gave it all away.
Really?
And that's what I told her. I was like, yeah. Otherwise, you would believe she was probably younger than 42.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was the amazing thing. She was just beautiful and perfect to me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Still is.
And what you described
She still is
like not a lot of people have that blessing, you know, of that kind of love in their lives.
We had what I tell everybody, that we had the kind of love that we musicians try to write about, that poets try to explain, that playwrights they anguish for months to try to get it into a play, and we just had it.
Yeah.
We had it.
Yeah.
And in that, I am blessed by the Father above. I've had something very special. And what else he has for me in this life, I can't imagine being better, but I'm sure it's going to be somehow.
And the fact that now you know for sure that you will see her again.
That was so exciting.
Like reunited in heaven, like amazing.
It was something we would talk about, you know. You sit there in those little moments. Yeah, because we would talk about what would perfect heaven be to you. And to her, it was having the most glorious horse and riding an eternal sunset on the beach through waves.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So I told her, I was like, it was like a few days before her passing. I was like, look, I know that horse is calling to you. And I know you're going to go take the reins. But be on the lookout, because one moment, not long after you get there, I'm sure not too long, before you know it, you're going to look up. And God willing, I will, if heaven is true, I'll get my hair back. I don't mean that as a joke, but it's funny.
Yeah.
Seriously, I loved my hair.
Oh.
I had long hair.
Oh, I used to have such thick hair.
My hair. Yeah, I had hair down towards the middle of my back.
Oh my
It had every
gosh.
color: blonde, brunette, red.
Oh.
Had
wow.
huge natural body waves to it. It was my sister used to get angry with my mother because I had long eyelashes and strong nails, and I had the perfect. You gave him all of that and gave us this. It was
that's
funny.
when you know you got it.
But I
when the
told her, I
girls are
said,
jealous.
Yeah.
yeah. So I told her, I was like, you'll look up from your horse and you will see a long-haired guy walking down the beach with an Appaloosa. And it's me, honey. We're going to ride together for eternity. So everybody that lets me, I will tell them, upon my leaving this world, the first thing I do is to fall in worship at the Savior's feet. Then when he bids me rise, is to give him the biggest hug I ever could and to thank him for what he did for me and for everyone else. And then the next thing after that, where is she?
Yeah.
Point me in the way, because that's where I'm going. I'm going to go find her. And we're going to ride. And that's where I want to spend eternity.
Yeah.
Serving God in whatever facet he wants me to, and every other moment just spending with her and our fur kids and all of our friends there, and just an eternal cookout of fun and frivolity.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
So much.
Just a lot of love.
Yep. So great. Oh my gosh. I might watch this back and take notes, because you said so many wonderful things. It was really, really good. I mean, I'm grateful that you have found. I'm happy that you've, with that you found how to serve God, in your life and with other people and talking to them and
Purpose is important.
the purpose, yeah. And talking about the ego and all of that, it really is looking outside of yourself.
It sounds like a mushroom trip, like where people like connect with everyone, and like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It takes out your ego and you see the interconnectedness of all of us.
Indeed. That's where in my studies of hallucinogens, and even some of my experiments when I was a young man, experiments.
Yeah. Mine were not controlled at all.
I found during exactly there were no notes taken. It was all mentally made.
The colors.
But anyway, one thing I do remember from those times were the disconnection from the world and the connection to God. In the middle of those experiences, I would find myself in my backyard. And my backyard at the time had citrus trees.
Oh.
And my friends who were experimenting themselves at the time, some came outside and they found me I rip an orange off the tree, peel it. And I was standing there eating it while having a conversation with someone they couldn't see.
Yeah.
And I told them directly, I was like, I'm conversing with God. And what I meant by that is it was the honest bearing of my soul. None of the pretense, none of the walls, none of the defense, none of the things that we use in this world to protect ourselves from others.
Yeah.
It was that open and honest just bearing of myself to God in my thoughts and in my worries and my concerns. And in addition to that was the listening for an answer. And that is where what some people say, well, you just want an excuse to use drugs. No, because honestly, I don't need one. If you want to be honest, my history of youth will tell you I don't need an excuse for that. I'll just do it. But now as an adult, or as an older adult, it's more purposeful in my view on it. It's less about the trip and getting high and partying and all that, as much as it is that disrobing of the world and all of these worldly cares to embrace my Father spiritually, or to embrace what some people call a higher plane of existence, or these other transcendental things, which I personally don't subscribe to. I don't subscribe to those. I just see it as a way of getting in touch when used properly. Not with a higher self, but with God, the higher being.
Yeah.
Opening yourself up to hearing and receiving, where without such chemical influences, I'm ADHD to the core.
You got a lot of
I
barriers.
will squirrel on anything.
Yeah.
Exactly. Many barriers, many walls that get in the way of receiving as well as sending. When you pray, I mean, I can speak for myself when I say that there's times I'll pray and then it's like, squirrel, why am I thinking about the car?
Oh yeah. Yep.
It's like, what did I end that prayer? Or
I'm trying to talk to God.
Yep.
Yeah.
Started thinking about my coffee.
I'm trying to talk to God. Why am I worried about the cat?
Yep.
It's like,
Yep.
I want to hear from him, and my focus is not there because of my mind.
Yeah.
So, will it work for everybody? Absolutely not. That's what makes us so wonderful. We're so different.
Yep.
Where it may work for me within that kind of a situation. I know personally I've had to have this conversation with my parents and many family members concerning marijuana and cannabis. My mother is 91, about to turn 92 years old.
Oh my goodness.
I had to have this conversation with a 92-year-old.
No, I can't wait to hear it.
about about the use of cannabis. She grew up at a time in America where it was, reefer madness.
It's the devil.
Yeah.
And has been the whole time. It's been, from her perspective, it's a drug. It's Satan. It's this. And I looked at her and I said, "But Mom, you're on drugs." No, I'm not.
A lot of them. Yeah.
Mom, you take aspirin, you're taking blood pressure meds, you're taking all of this, you're taking this other thing, you've got these other bottles over here. You're on drugs.
Yeah.
She's like, I was like, the only thing that tells you they're not is because a doctor gave them to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that the government tells you it's okay.
Yeah.
I was like, but here's the problem that you're not getting, Mom, and I love you. And I mean this with all respect. This is a plant that's grown, dried, and smoked or eaten. The blood pressure med you're taking is derived from a plant. They have to chemically process it. Then they have to chemically process it again. And then they have to dry that. Then they have to put it over in this thing and do something through osmosis. And then they have to chemically. I was like, there's so many steps involved.
Yeah. A lot of altering.
Where with this. Exactly. And I was like, well, with cannabis, with the weed, you just grow it.
Yeah.
She's like, well, it's a drug. I was like, do you really think God created something bad for me?
Oh, yeah.
And that caused her to stop for a second because she's the daughter of a Baptist preacher.
Yep.
My grandfather was a preacher. I mean, a fire and brimstone Baptist preacher, old school.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
That's our church. Yeah.
So, yeah, man. So what I told her, I was like, God created everything.
Yep.
God created this. All we do is just cut it off, dry it, use it.
Yep.
How is that bad or different from oregano or thyme?
Oh my gosh,
or flowers.
Or even worse, sugar.
How is it any different?
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, the sugar she puts in her coffee is more processed.
Oh, yeah.
Than what we do with cannabis.
Yep.
Now, out of all of it, my father, who is 80 years old, the son of a World War II commando and chief of the boat nuclear scientist for the U.S. government, my grandfather was.
Wow.
That's a story all by himself. He was an amazing individual. My father, who grew up with that in the Navy brat lifestyle, agreed with me. He sat and he actually put rational thought behind it and said, you know what, he's making a good point. All these drugs we're on for our blood pressure and for all this and for our diabetes, all you do with that plant is just dry it and smoke it. And God did create everything.
Yeah.
He's like, so
use.
Yeah, and I was like, then on top of it, Mom, and I made it personal. I brought it back to where, I have to take oxycodone for my pain, because my spinal cord does nothing but cause me pain throughout my body all day, every day, and has for over a decade now. Yay! Pardon me while I shift. And there are times where the pain is so bad I have to take 2 or 3, like today.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pain. Where if I smoke a joint or a couple bowls, I'm good for a couple hours. I don't need the pain pills.
Yeah.
Additionally, what my mother also, she saw this through me back then after my surgery was, after 6 months of being on pain meds heavily back then, I would be hallucinating.
Oh, wow.
visually, audibly. After a while, I did not respond healthfully
Sure.
to the effects of those drugs.
Yep.
And I said, Mom, the whole time I lived in New York and it was legal, I've been smoking every day, all day for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
I have never hallucinated
No.
audibly or visually on them at all.
Yeah.
Maybe a little whoa.
I was like, but 6 months on a pain pill.
Yeah. That'll take you
Not
places.
even that. For me, it's like, for me, the cannabis removes the pain and subdues all of that enough to where I can function.
That's great.
Oh.
I can move. I can do laundry. I can cook. I can clean. I can do things. But on these pain pills, when I take them, I don't want to. Honestly.
Yeah. Yep.
I have to force myself to get up and do stuff. I just don't like it. I don't like the way they make me feel. Where with cannabis, I might get, gee, what's the best way to put this? I might become outlandish in some of my thoughts. But my responses are never in anger.
Yeah.
No, never.
Yeah.
I'm not angry.
Yep.
Where if my wife noticed that as well. Claire noticed that on me as well, that I carry a lot of anger from all the trauma in life that I've been through.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Because I was young and going through things, and being young and powerless, you can't do anything. I would get angry. So my first response to things were anger, and the anger was so powerful she could feel it.
Wow.
That was the negative about me and anger. You don't have to look at me. You don't have to even, I could be in another room and you will feel
that
coming off of me.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
And that's how intense.
Our kids are
asking
about bedtime.
Yeah. Sorry. There.
No, it's fine. At least it's not as heavy right now. We can just say.
Yeah. Thank you. Sorry. So yes, she could feel yep.
Yeah, from another room. Just the anger coming off of me, to where she came in the room is like, honey, is everything okay? And I would tell her, no, I'm angry about this, this, and this. And she got me to a place through the use of cannabis and through some counseling that she would give me and provide, to a point where today, I can get angry, but it doesn't last. It's nowhere near as intense as it was. And if you do feel it, it's like a flash. It's like a real, like, what was that? And then it's gone.
Yeah.
She really impacted me, and not just me, but our kids. Really everybody she dealt with in life. She had a great effect on my sisters. My sisters are very protective of their little brother.
Yeah.
All 5 of them.
Oh my.
Not once did they ever feel that way towards her. They never ever felt like they had to protect me from her. They never had a negative feeling or thought about her. All my other exes, they were willing to murder them.
Yeah.
My sisters wanted to lynch the last one. My ex Catherine, they wanted to lynch her. It was me stopping them.
Wow.
Because come to find out, and this is fact, I'm not putting out conjecture. This is told to me by my daughter, and my daughter lives with her, that she and her husband are swingers.
Oh.
That they had live-in girlfriends.
Oh, wow.
While my daughter was there and young. And also, here's the best part. You know how someone will tell you it's all your fault and everything is because of you and you're the one to blame, and if we got counseling, they would tell you that you're the crazy. Oh, no. Her new husband made her go to counseling and found out that Catherine has dissociative identity disorder.
Wow.
which is known as multiple personality
Yeah.
disorder.
Yeah.
She has
Okay.
narcissistic personality disorder. Also, amongst all those multiple personalities, 80% of whom are sociopaths, and over half of the sociopaths are psychopaths.
Yeah, I was gonna say I hear about all this on my true crime podcasts.
Oh
like
my
that,
gosh.
those are those people.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And this was someone I was married to and was being controlled and abused by for over 8 years.
Yikes.
And most people don't understand how that happens. I didn't even understand how that happened. It doesn't happen like overnight.
That's how they work.
Yeah.
It's a very
they know
slow,
how to work it. Yeah.
It's the use of manipulation. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then you find out, my wife taught me, Claire taught me, that mental illness is hereditary.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something that just appears out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's in the family. It runs in families. It's genetic. So knowing that explained her mother.
Yeah.
Her mother too was a psychopath who also threatened me with death several times.
Who does that? Yeah.
and the sad part is what also there was that it manifests at the mid to late teens, usually around 15, 16 years old, or is the time when they will begin to manifest. By the time they're 25, someone reaches the age of 25, their full growth cycle has completed. At that point, the mental illness takes firm hold if not treated. My daughter at 15, 16 started showing these illnesses. Her name is Charlotte, but she demands people call her Cal.
Okay.
Which is some identity she made up. She is also exhibiting signs of sociopath. It's sad as a father who loves their child.
Yeah.
And to know there's nothing I can do. There's just nothing I can do. The only thing I can do is love her.
Mm-hmm.
And I love her. She also knows that Dad has a line. and her mom helped to make that line a border crossing.
Yep.
To where no one goes past that line and lives to tell about it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately my daughter ran into that line and bounced off.
Mm-hmm.
And it's unfortunate, but I think it's better for both of us at this point to be apart.
Yeah.
I love my daughter and there's nothing I wouldn't do for her. She could call me right now and be like, Dad, I need you. I would be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. But the time apart, meaning the peace. And I think a lot of young men are starting to understand this. They're learning from the mistakes of us older guys, where we tolerated so much and we put up with so much that now that we're starting to say no more, they're starting to see that protecting your peace, whether you're a man, a woman, if you're a sane individual, protecting your peace is the highest order, because no one thinks properly in chaos.
Right.
I can think quickly and I can react fast. I can choose things in chaos. I can function in chaos because I was born into chaos. 9 kids, parents, restaurants, that's chaos.
Yeah.
It's just what life is sometimes. So I know how to handle it. But even though I know how to handle it, that's nowhere to live. That's nowhere to be.
Oh, yeah. No.
So being an individual that says, you know what, I need to protect my peace. Good for you. You're ahead of the game. Keep doing it.
Yep.
Protect your peace. My wife, Claire, brought me peace. She allowed me for once in my life to know peace, to know what it was like to be happy, to look forward to coming home,
Yeah.
to feel safe at home, to be able to just have a thought, you know? And that alone was just refreshing
Yes.
to me.
Yep.
And there's no equal. There isn't. So to everyone, you know, we use terms such as happiness, like I want to be happy. Well, that's fine, that's cool, but don't
Good
use
luck.
it as a cop out.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, don't say I want to be happy as a reason that you're going to destroy someone else's life, or that you're going to hurt someone else, because no, that's what a psychopath does.
Yeah.
That's what a disturbed individual thinks. What we need to understand is something that Claire and I learned and did very early, and that is open, honest, and truthful discourse. You can't have a good, loving relationship with any kind of white lie involved.
Yeah.
Even if it's to protect their feelings. I told Claire, I was like, I would rather deal with an ugly, horrendous truth than a beautifully orchestrated, delightful lie.
Yeah.
Because in the
Yep.
end, I'm going to have to face that ugly truth, and that little polite, little beautiful lie is just going to melt away into nothing. It doesn't mean anything. I try to teach my daughter, tell the truth all the time. Because if you lie, you have to remember the lie.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you can never forget the lie. And then the one time you're going to forget is the one time you're going to need to remember, and then you're busted and you might as well have told the truth to begin with.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I hope she learned that. I doubt it. I know I put a lot of things in there for her that were honestly in spite of her mother.
Okay.
That I hope stuck. And that's the best we can as parents. Hope that the things that we teach our children stick.
Yep.
And understand they're going to make mistakes. We all do. I still do. But to look at them the same way we hope to be looked at, and don't judge me. I made a mistake.
Yeah.
I'm my worst critic. I'm the harshest person on me. No one is going to be worse on me than me.
Yep. Yeah, I feel that.
Because when I make a mistake, I'm the first one to go, David, you idiot. It's like I'm the first one.
Yep.
I'm harder on myself. I expect more from myself than I do from others. It's just all in that. Just to be honest, be true to yourself. Don't be something you're not. Which is why I have no problem. I'm a complete idiot. No assembly required. I'm complete. If I do or say something you find brilliant, great. Don't tell me. I want to keep my head smart.
Okay. Small.
I want to stay humble.
Yes.
Keep me smart.
I understand
Very
that.
smart.
Yeah.
So small.
Yeah, there's just so much out there in this world that, you know, they bombard you with it. Like, oh, you got to be a boss bee. No, you don't. Oh, you're an independent woman. Okay, so you're an independent woman, which means you're independent from what?
Yeah.
A man? What about other women? Are you independent from them? No. Or so you're really not independent.
Right.
You're lying to yourself. And I try to those are the things I tried to counter teach my child who was being taught the other way in public school.
Oh yeah, it's different
You know,
there.
there's 80,000, you know, the 80,000 genders.
Oh yeah, that's always exciting.
Oh no. She tried to say, gender is a social construct. I was like, well, good luck finding that many bathrooms.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's two. You better pick one because there's only two choices.
Right.
Yeah. What are you when you fill out an employment?
Mm-hmm.
Male, female, other? And if you're other, what are you? Because they have a line there. They're going to expect you to put it down.
Yeah.
It's just some of the things that this world has become. I just find it flies in the face of common sense.
Mm-hmm.
Claire and I would discuss it, and I would say it's the modern equivalent of trying to make geniuses out of idiots.
Okay. Yeah. There you
Somebody
go.
who is ignorant. Someone who's ignorant doesn't know any better. They want to feel intelligent,
Mm-hmm.
so we'll give them a gray area where they can feel like they're intelligent.
Yeah.
Without having to insult them and be honest with them and tell them, no, you're a dummy. You're either one of these two. Some people may call me a simple man because I am very simple. I deal with the truth.
Yeah.
I am a man. I am straight. I like women, but not all women. I like men, but not in that way. It's like I like going out with couples, but not in. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, today you have to make those clarifications. When we were children, you didn't have to.
Mm-hmm.
When we were young, you didn't have to make those clarifications.
No.
You didn't have to go through all these extra hoops.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a performing show pony. I'm not jumping through hoops for anybody now. I'm old.
Mm-hmm.
And some people are like, well, 51's not that old. Well, okay, I'm a 51-year-old in the body of an 80-year-old because,
it's relative.
I'm wrecked.
Oh, yeah. You've been through some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been through the ringer. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I reached the point ahead of time, probably than my generation, of being to the point where I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. You think this way about me?
Mm-hmm.
Good. You have a thought today. Congratulations. I don't want one. Sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we don't want to have to think. Sometimes, yeah, we want to just turn on the television and just zone out. Just let everything take care of itself. Not everything has to be analyzed and cataloged and made to feel special because do we all want to feel special? Yes, we all want to be special. We all want to feel special. We all want to make an impact in the world. But the true test of a man or of a woman or as a person, how comfortable are you not being special? How comfortable are you not making an impact?
Yeah.
How comfortable are you to just be nothing in the footnotes of history?
I'm good with that.
And if you stop and realize that 95% of the people will never be a footnote in history, will never be something, you're already part of the pack.
Mm-hmm.
You're already a normie. If you want to step out, you're going to have to do something that really puts light on you. But today it seems like a challenge of how stupid you can be.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of how intelligent.
Right.
The things that go viral are some of the stupidest things. Like, it's like, really?
Oh.
you get some girls offhanded comment being a smart aleck somewhere, and all of a sudden she's viral. And then you find out her mom's like a pastor somewhere, and that's even funnier.
Oh my gosh, I did not know that. I did not know that part.
Yeah. That's gold.
Yeah.
Because her mom's like, we didn't raise her that way. Yeah. I know how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah. My parents didn't raise me the way I was, but I was.
The
deacon's kids were always the worst.
Yeah. So it's like, just be comfortable not being known.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned that one myself. When I was in my 20s, I wanted to be known. I got into studio work. I was doing tours. I was wanting to be known. I was wanting to be acknowledged as the best singer there was. I never got that acknowledgement. The acknowledgement I did get was that I was a legit world-class vocalist. In that, I found peace.
Mm-hmm.
I am a world-class vocalist. That's all I ever wanted.
Bad.
And these were people who were noted in the industry saying these things to me. And I just sat there, and I remember Claire looking at me in those moments, shaking me like, did you hear what he just said to you?
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at her, I said, yeah, I'm kind of just taking it in right now. I'm kind of just soaking in the moment, if you will. And she was so happy for me in that moment because it was something I had been striving to do and achieve.
Yeah.
That was a life achievement that was made in that moment. She was there to share it with me. That was the best moment of my life.
Yeah.
To be recognized, to finally be acknowledged as, not the best, but world class. I mean, that's saying something.
Yeah, it is.
And it's not something that I'm gonna like put on a billboard and like the third, like the bronze medal meme. Bite the medal, pop the champagne, flip everybody off. No, I just, what I did find was in that moment, all of the drive, all of that worldly determination to be what I wanted to be was met, and it was empty, like you had always been told. And that was the realization I made.
Yeah.
I finally get it, and it means nothing. Why did I waste this much time and effort?
I saw a meme
And that
today
was
where
the wisdom I got for it.
Yeah.
Somebody said, like, you need to go where you think you want to be to realize that's not where you should be.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't send it to my kid, but the fishing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was like I pushed so hard for that, and in the moment I'm realizing how empty it is.
Yeah, yeah.
It just, I was expecting something at that moment, and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
And that's when that moment I realized I need to be happy being nothing, being no one, being obscure and no one knowing me. If I can find true happiness and peace in that, what does that mean? I am filled.
Yeah.
And it was after that, and Claire and I had discussed all of it. And at the end of it being the true love of my life, she goes, yeah, but still it had to feel pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
It did.
It did. Oh,
Yeah.
it felt so good.
Yeah.
Because it was done in the face of so many other people that were just who had that kind of selfish attitude, that I am a god of this. But here I am just sitting there doing my thing, and they're like, that is the real deal. And it's like, oh, that feels good.
That's like when Mary said I did that karaoke song. Good.
Changes
nothing. Yeah. Deeply good at karaoke.
Yeah. I love doing karaoke. It's fun.
Oh, I've been terrified.
It's a lot of fun.
Lately, I've been doing it.
I'm not
with
good
our
at
friends.
It,
Yeah.
Oh, what I love is when the people are like, "Were you practicing the bathroom?" Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I practiced
Came with my
in the
A game. This is the only 2 songs I know.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 shots of Jack and I'm the world king, baby. Yeah, no.
That's literally me, though.
Oh my god.
But yeah, it's finding that joy in who you are without everything else.
Yeah, yeah.
That is the true goal. And the Lord humbles me and keeps me there, and I am glad he does.
Yeah.
Because we all know if you're given the push and if you're given the nudges and someone's there to constantly push you up and keep telling you you're great, you're eventually going to believe it. And then what happens when you fall?
Mm-hmm.
It hurts a lot. So my whole perspective was, stay grounded, yeah. I have, my friends are so honest, they tell me I suck.
Yeah. Those are the best friends.
Those are good
you
friends.
You can only go up from there.
You know, when if they're saying like, if there's something going on and they can just be honest. Yeah.
And you need that.
Yep.
My best friend Troy, who stood in the studio, heard me nail it in one take. He goes, "You suck." Yeah. It's like, I know.
Why don't you try a little?
He's like, "Get outside." Yeah, no, he's like, "Get outside. You suck." And then we get out there and he nitpicks it. Like, oh, that your tonality on the second chorus, man, on that first word, you totally hosed that one. And I'm like, I know. It's just like,
you noticed that? You're a real friend.
Yeah, right. Indeed. But that's the kind of people I like having around me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's those who aren't going to fill my ego up and stroke my pride.
Yeah.
You know, you have that everywhere you look. In politics, in music, and just corporate. You have them everywhere. Don't want it. Don't need it.
Yeah.
I want someone who's going to tell me that second verse, that first note, man, you really hosed that. You need to really think about doing that again. Why? Because I'm going to sit there and obsess on that first note of that second verse and keep telling myself, you suck. You missed that one. A real vocalist wouldn't have missed it. You know what I mean? They keep you grounded. They keep you humbled. They don't let you get too full of hot air.
Yeah.
They keep you human.
Yeah.
You know, that's the best thing. They keep you human. You don't start thinking you're superhuman. They just keep you human.
That's where it gets, dangerous and like you see all the yes men for the celebrities, and it's like they get all the things that they want and they hear all this like, okay, yeah. Oh, that was great. It might have been really not great, but everyone's afraid to say it.
Or even Biden's still out there. It's like, don't you have anybody that cares about you that says
oh my
maybe
gosh,
you should...
that would say like, sit down, stop running.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like something I posted yesterday. It's like he would hit during the debate. He looked at Trump. Would you carry your own clubs? And I'm sitting there watching the debate going, dude, can you even pick up a club?
Yeah.
Would you be able to walk to the first tee without stumbling or falling on the blade of grass, man?
Yeah.
You're asking this dude if he could carry his bag.
No, let him
but
enjoy
you
his
can't even
golden
walk
years.
up Air Force One steps.
Yeah.
That's the way I feel. It's kind of like, you stop it. Let this old man go home and have some dignity.
Yes.
Yes. Let him live out his final years.
Get him out from in front of the cameras.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know he's a politician.
he shot his name on hell with all of his lies. So.
Only if Jill points him in the right direction.
Let him go home with Jill. And
yeah.
Let him go home with Jill. Enjoy the grandkids.
Yes.
Enjoy the last few years in peace.
Yep.
Just
even if
let him go out
he
the
is
pasture.
an evil lizard person.
Yeah. It is. I feel like this was.
That's what Epstein Island was for.
Oh. This was really a great evening chatting with you, because I just realized that like my cheeks are hurting from smiling right now, and it's been this
awesome.
Like this balance of just sharing and
down,
having this
but
it was like a really great time to just be present and listen to you share
a lot of people
everything
reevaluating their their priorities,
relationships,
and just embracing each moment, that like you said, we take it for granted because we're used to walking in the door and I'm busy and this and that, we have dinner and the kids and but really like don't forget to take some of those moments and say like, we're right here in this,
Steal them.
Yep.
Steal those moments.
Yeah.
I did that with
selfish
our newborns.
on that. That was that was something clear had to tell me it was okay to be selfish on.
Mm-hmm.
She had helped me get to the point where I had learned to crucify my flesh and throw my selfishness and the me to where I stopped doing it automatically. It became something I would have to focus on. And it got to the point where she told me at the end, it's okay to be selfish on this one, honey.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. You love me. I'm leaving. And you want every moment. It's okay.
Yeah.
You can be selfish. And getting that okay meant everything.
Yeah. Yep.
It really did. And I don't know if I would have gotten through it as much as I did, or as well as I had without my sister Sherry.
Mm-hmm.
My sister Sherry helped. My sister Trisha, those two helped us move from New York.
Oh yeah.
They flew up from Florida. They packed our apartment and got everything handled because I was in the hospital. And because I was in the hospital doing so bad, excuse me, that it triggered Claire. She got thrown into hospice while we were up there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, trying because of what happened to me, it floored her that bad.
Mm-hmm.
So they came up, they took care of both of us, made sure we were both okay, and they got us down here back to Florida.
Oh great.
Florida is where I grew up. Florida, Zephyr Hills is my home. It's where I grew up. And I could tell it was something Claire wanted to do because I had no one.
Mm-hmm.
I had nothing in New York, just her. And that was all I needed.
Yeah.
She was all I needed. But she knew when she left, I'd fall apart.
Mm-hmm.
And I did. I've been slowly over the past year picking myself back up
Mm-hmm.
to where I could even talk about it like tonight.
Yeah.
It was still difficult.
Oh.
But I can get through it now.
I can't even imagine. Yeah.
I can. It's just been a fight.
Mm-hmm.
But she had the foresight to get us here and get everything to where I could have a chance. And every day presents its own unique challenges as usual for all of us.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I still find myself wanting to be stronger emotionally and psychologically. And physically. Physically, I'm still not 100% yet. It's tough, but it's getting there. I'm not that far off. I've lost another 20 pounds. I'm down to 260.
That's great.
Let's see, back when I was speaking with y'all back then, I was about 300.
Really?
Yeah. Still working on all that.
Yeah.
Still trying to be getting to the point. My sister's kind of like, dude, you don't need to lose anymore. And I'm like, yeah, I still got another 20 I need to go. She's like, stop. Because I'm the smallest they've ever seen me.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a shift.
Yeah. I used to be muscular. I used to be thick. But after everything, my neck and all of that, everything shrunk.
It's hard to keep up.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yep.
I lost all my muscle. My muscle mass is just gone. My grip strength went from, easily 100 pounds down to where it's like 5.
Oh my. Yeah.
And that's all the nerve damage.
Yep.
It's amazing how you don't realize how much your body, how it works.
Yep.
Until parts stop working.
Yeah.
And it went from where my nerves were fine, and I could bench 350. I could, leg press 1,000. I could do so much, but now it's like, how full is that cup?
Oh,
that's not your thing anymore.
Yeah, it's in some aspects. I mean, as a guy, it sucks because every guy is like, I don't need to be strong. I need to. But at the same time, I look at it as my God does not need me to be strong.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
He needs me to be available.
What was your thing?
He doesn't need me to be the strong man.
He can show his strength through your weakness. You were telling me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. And that's what he's doing now. He's showing how strong he can make someone.
Yeah.
When in the face of everything that I've had to go through and face down, how I still stand. I still have my principles. I still have my beliefs. I still have my faith. Something that could break someone's faith has only made mine stronger.
Yeah. And that's
something that could tear a person.
Yeah. His strength
something
is
that
made
could take
perfect.
someone to suicide.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
His strength's made perfect in my weakness. As it is to the point where I went from suicidal to now where I live every day for him.
Yeah.
It's amazing the journeys in life you can go through if you just allow him to take you through it.
Yeah.
And to trust and to have that faith and to rely on him. When he says, lean upon me, you lean on it. When he says, I am your strong tower, I am your fortress, he is. Because when everything this past year has been falling apart, I go to prayer and I am here. I am no longer suicidal. I am no longer depressed. I no longer have trauma response. I was severely weighed down with PTSD from all the abuse. And a lot of the way I responded to things was from the location of abuse. And I no longer do that. There is a path to freedom through it all. You just have to be willing to take the steps.
Yeah.
And that's it. You don't have to push a plow. You don't have to do so much. All you got to do is wake up in the morning, put your foot down, and then put the other one in front of it and repeat. And that's it. Just take each day. Take each moment if you have to. If you're so like after she left, I was devastated. It took months, and then a few months after that, it was the Lord saying, well, you took a shower today. Well, everybody takes showers. He's like, yeah, but not everybody's gone through everything you have.
Yes. Yep.
You took a shower today. You did your laundry today.
Yeah.
You did dishes today. And learning to celebrate those little accomplishments when you go through devastating things is how you rebuild yourself. It's how you grow. And eventually how you get back up on your feet to face even the next thing that comes along.
Yeah. Yep. We're praying for you, brother.
Yeah.
And the next thing, please do. I struggle every day with a lot of things, but I'm a lot better than I used to be.
I'm so glad you were
better
here.
Than I used to be.
I'm so glad because you'd pop into the chat and it was always good to see you. And then when we saw the message come through that you wanted to be on and why you wanted to be on, I'm just thank you for sharing here.
Yeah, I get. I actually have to work pretty
Thank you
early,
for
so
allowing
I
me
gotta
to.
Yeah. I mean,
that's usually why I would be gone. I've passed out asleep by now.
Yeah. I just thank you so much and I can tell her light and love is shining through you and other people that she's touched. And I did not have the opportunity to meet her But I can feel your love, the love that you guys shared. So thank you for sharing that tonight with us.
Well, thank you both for letting me come on and share it, because it meant a
Absolutely.
lot. It really does.
I'm
I
so
needed
grateful
it.
to you.
Just
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm really
you so
grateful.
much.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm praying for you, and we're here, so come
Yeah, if you
hang
want to
out.
hang out, yeah.
We're here.
Always. Unless
Always.
I'm passing out, because I'm first shift dialysis, which means I'm up at 4:35 in the
Okay.
morning.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's really early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go get stabbed early in the morning.
Ooh.
Yeah. Get it over with for the day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yep. Yeah. Thank you,
So,
David.
I
Thank you.
will bid you all peace. Peace be unto you and everyone watching. May love be present in your lives. And if not, come see me. I'll show you love, because I love you all very much.
That's great.
That's so great.
All right, good night.
We need you. The world needs you, David. Thank
Night,
you.
guys. I love
Good
you.
night. Love
night.
you.
Night. Love you.
Oh, that was like, oh my gosh, a
that
wide
was a
array of emotions, like I said, it was like going from, I'm biting my tongue or my lip, because I'm like, don't just start doing the like ugly cry,
Yeah.
Mary,
I'm a man, so I don't cry.
and I'm like trying to hide it, and then at the end we're like laughing and my cheeks are hurting, so yes, a lot to unpack. That was so great. I mean, the fact that I have like goosebumps right now just.
And then I have her dad like brought up, and it's like
Yes.
some
He was.
what was it?
Yeah.
Edward F. Edinger.
Edinger, yeah.
Some fascinating stuff there.
Very fascinating, and I've always thought that the
Shut up,
the
Aaron.
human mind, the brain, is neat. Like why do we do some of the things that we do?
Yeah.
So, as mod, I can prove this wrong. Yes. That was just so great. I'm so glad everybody was here to listen. I mean, the chat went silent. Like, we were all just like listening to him. So
an amazing story.
Oh my goodness. That love, that is 1 in a million, that is 1 in a million. So what an inspiration, that he came on and shared about that and was so truthful and honest, like about falling apart and everything, and it's like,
yeah, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I can't. I won't.
Right. I was forcing myself to not like think about like what I would be experiencing and feeling. I think the world nowadays just wants to. Everybody has to hurry up and put it back together and get back to life, because you'll look weak if you don't. And it's like, dude, you need to just fall apart for a minute or a year or however long it takes, and come back when you're ready. So. That was really great. Yeah. Oh my gosh. No, Carl, you have not failed at life. You certainly have not. And you have done some neat shit. Yeah. Jay Forte. Yep. That's fine, Jay. Hey, do you know we're watching basketball. Yeah. So that's Sunday. Yeah. Movie facts for basketball. So
what does Albany go by?
Albany Rose.
Albany Rose. I got some of her seasoning.
Yeah.
Extreme heat.
Yep. Thank you, Celeste. Thank you very much. Yeah, I had to like kind of straighten, curl it, and like put stuff in it because the humidity is like, So, she told you not to do it with like that, Dave.
I think it's okay. Oh my goodness.
What does it have in it? Like a freaking hot pepper?
I don't know. She says 7 world's hottest peppers, and then garlic, onion, garlic, salt.
Thanks for being best mod, Aaron. Thank you so much.
Black
You were
pepper,
on it. Appreciate
basil.
it. Yeah, she said not
What's
to
that
do the
last
thing
thing?
you just did. Rosemary?
Is it
Parsley, rosemary?
The last thing.
The last
Is that
thing.
rosemary?
Yeah, it is. At the
Okay.
bottom there. Yeah.
Yeah, that little thing.
Yeah, she said not to do that. One chip PTSD is incoming. Yeah, for me. Stop it.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, good grief.
I need a little more salt with that one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Did you give it a good shake?
I tried to.
Okay.
It has good flavor.
Yeah. It smells really, really good.
It's nice. It's like a
Can we
a
put
really
this on
hot
our
garlic
meats?
mix. Yeah, you could put.
Am I gonna be sad though? Is it gonna be too spicy for me? Oh my gosh! Look at it happening.
No, it's hot.
This is how it started with the one chip challenge. You know, Dave like, it's hot, and then next thing we know, he's throwing up in the bathroom, almost ready to call for an ambulance.
Okay,
not
so
from this, but from the chip.
I had
Hey
used
Ryan,
some.
how you doing?
I think I put on corn or something, but yeah, doing it straight, that's pretty hot.
Yeah. She told you not to do that because Dave was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna take a tablespoonful
I'm
and
glad
eat
I
it
didn't
on the
do that.
stream," you know. And she's like, "You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that."
Okay, yeah, that has really good heat.
Yeah. Ryan, you did. You should go back and watch it. It was really
the thing because
yeah.
I didn't eat anything, and then I drank a bunch of beer.
Oh my gosh.
And then ate the
Dave.
hot pepper stuff.
Oh my gosh. We cannot. We have to
No.
go.
gotta
Yes.
work.
We're a one vehicle family now for the time being. So I have to drive Dave to work because I have to drive the children all over creation tomorrow.
So you gotta get up early too.
Yes. Yep. Heartburn Central. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Ryan, it was nice to see you come in even if it was late, but yeah. Check out Albany Rose. You know, we had her on about a month or two
skulls
ago.
and seasonings.
Yeah, and these seasonings. And Dave's now regretting eating it straight like she told you not to.
I'm happy
on
about
the
it.
empty stomach.
I'm happy about it.
Okay.
My mouth is tingling. It's good.
We're gonna go get Dave some food.
It's good heat. It's a good heat. It's not like the one chip where that was a bad heat.
It's gonna be raining tomorrow and storming. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be slow because it's like you have to go outside of your car to order and stand outside and order your ice cream. So I'm thinking it's gonna be slow at his work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dave, he's regretting eating it straight. Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't have even been there either. I messaged him late too, Ryan. So.
All right, we should go to
Hi, Dunmore. All right, we're going to go. Yeah, Dave's got to work, and I got to be up with the sun. So thanks, everybody, for being here. It was nice to see everybody and saw some old familiar names in the chat. It was really nice. And the chugging, I am now chugging seltzer water. Yes, I think it's 50 days today. I haven't checked because I've been so busy.
Mary is straight edge.
So, well, not straight edge because I use nicotine, but.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So what is it today? 50 days?
Irene is laughing in her sleep.
That's so cute. Oh my gosh. Yeah, 50 days. Look at that. All that. Yeah. Neato.
Good night, guys.
Good night. Give
oh wait, well we got
no
Tuesday,
Ryan, no cheat days. No cheat days. I am not cheating.
Sunday night movie night. If you know, you know.
Give
Tuesday
Irene a little
Anarchy.
hug for me when she's awake. Don't wake a sleeping baby.
Tomorrow night.
Basketball movie.
Basketball.
Yep.
Tomorrow night, Derek's probably watching something. Derek TEE.TV.
Yeah, Aaron, I
Dinner
should have
and a movie.
messaged you before I called my dad. Oh, I'm supposed to call him. He said not after midnight, so.
All right.
I better go.
Good night, guys.
Good night, guys.
I don't like your T-Series. Nothing personal, kid. But I must go all out. Just this once. Bob's or Vagana, whichever will it be. Set the fuck down, T-Series, I'm here to spill the real tea. You tryna dethrone me from spot on number one, but you India, you lose, so best think you haven't won. When I'm through with you, we're gonna be completely fucking done, cause we only just begun. I review you, zero vibage gone. So come on, T-Series, looking hungry for some drama. Here, let me serve you bitch lasagna. Bitch lasagna, bitch lasagna. T-Series ain't nothing but a bitch lasagna. Bitch lasagna, bitch lasagna. Look at T-Series, they just crying for their mama. Bitch lasagna, bitch lasagna. T-Series ain't nothing but a bitch lasagna. Bitch lasagna, bitch lasagna. T-Series just whip himself in their pajamas. So who the hell is Bob and why you wanna kiss him? Ew. I'm a blue-eyed white dragon while you're just dark magician. Oof. You got a fifth of the population in your nation, but I got 90 rolls the world, so hold your defecation. Oops. Multipatlo, what the fuck is that even supposed to mean? Your language sounds like it come from a mumble rap community. No papa, yes papa, Johnny. Now download the sugar and let's throw this fucking party with some bitch lasagna, bitch lasagna. Look at T-Series, they just crying for their mama. Bitch lasagna, bitch lasagna. T-Series lasagna. You got a population of 1.32 billion, but most your videos can't seem to hit even a million. Support!
Magic potty baby, your bottle's all done. If potty training time will be so much fun. I help you with your training dance, you make me so proud. Your potty feels like magic, then it flushes out loud.
It's fun to help Magic Potty Baby learn to use her potty. Flush and you're ready for next time.
Magic potty baby, I'm so glad that you're mine.
Magic Potty Baby and her Magic Potty. No water, no mess. Batteries not included.